What's up, YouTube gamers? It's me, SuperFlyRyno, back again with an age-old debate. Which media do you prefer, digital or physical?
SuperFlyRyno.
So before we start this off, let me explain a little bit about my background and how I used to just buy nothing but physical. I loved having the collection to show off. It just was nice, to have all that stuff. But as I've getting older now and my collection of video gaming has expanded so large I don't really have enough space for it anymore, I have switched to digital. And to be honest with you, I don't think I'll ever go back. Don't get me wrong, I will buy a physical copy of a game every now and then, depending on how much it costs, if it's on sale. But I'm going to list some pros and cons, and you guys let me know below in the comments section what you prefer and why. So to start this off, let's talk about digital. Digital pros and cons. So for me, I like digital because, one, I don't have to get off my lazy ass and change my games. It's so nice to sit in front of my console and TV and just at the touch of a button, switch between games. Another benefit to me is that you don't pay tax on digital. Now, there are some regulations and stuff they're talking about changing that, where they're going to start charging tax, but as of right now, I don't get charged tax when I buy that, so that saves a little bit of money. Another thing is, usually there's better sales on digital, I've noticed. Like, for example, they seem to drop quicker on digital for the sales. Now, that's not saying physical doesn't drop and stay dropped lower. What I mean by that is that a physical game, when you go to the store, will drop in price to, like, say, from 60 to 40, and it'll stay at 40. Where on a digital sale, for some reason, it tends to stay full price for a while. I mean, you're talking a few years until it finally drops down. And another thing I really enjoy about digital is game sharing. My son and I, we game share. So we have two systems, and all I got to do is buy one copy of the game, and we can play together, which is a huge money-saving factor for me. I don't have to buy two copies. So it saves me at least $60 to $70 each time for multiplayer games, of course. Now, the cons, say you don't like a game on digital, you're stuck with it. That's it. You got nothing else you can do with it. You can't resell it. You can't do anything about it. It's licensed to you, and that's it. And the other con is, like one of my friends brings up all the time, digital games maybe should be cheaper than the physical. I mean, the publisher doesn't have to print the disc. They don't have to ship it in a box. They don't have to, well, they don't print manuals anymore anyway, so that doesn't even matter. But there is definitely a cost-saving factor for digital for the companies that release these games. And they don't pass that on to the consumer at all, which is kind of a downside, but hey, that's the way it is. Now, when it comes to physical, there's some really cool stuff too. I mean, you can loan a physical game to a friend. You can resell a game, which we just talked about, which is a huge benefit. So if you get stuck with a game you don't like, well, who cares? I mean, you're not going to get your full money back probably, but at least you'll get something back for it. And like I mentioned before, the collection, if you have friends that come over and you care about that kind of stuff, you can show off this massive, awesome collection that you have. But there are some downsides to owning physical as well. I mean, physical can be lost or stolen. I hate to say that, but it happens. And how many countless times have I seen where the dog has chewed up a disc or chewed up the cartridge or whatever, and the fact that that collection we just talked about again takes up a lot of space. So, depending on where you stand, I mean, it's all preference at the end of the day. I just prefer digital because I like it more. But with that being said, I do buy 99% of my Nintendo Switch games on physical, mainly because of memory constraints. Also, I like to have a nice Nintendo collection because Nintendo games hold their value more. They just do. Also, to that, I do buy 99% of my digital collections on my PlayStation, Xbox, because I can put an external hard drive and be able to download those games and not have to worry so much about memory constraints. That's just the nature of the business. Nintendo needs to really work on having an external hard drive, but that's here or there, and who knows if they ever will. Where do you stand in this? How do you feel about digital sales? And if you like this kind of content, hit that subscribe button. I'm going to do video gaming content all the time, so welcome to the channel, and I hope you enjoy. Thank you very much. You guys keep on gaming.